World War II was the deadliest conflict in human history. More than 60 million lives were lost. Countries collapsed, empires fell, and global power reshaped forever. The United States entered the war in 1941, and within 4 years, transformed from a recovering nation into a global superpower. Understanding America's role helps us understand how democracy survived, how the modern world was built, and how sacrifice shaped an entire generation. Today, we break it all down, simply, clearly, dramatically. Before World War II, America was focused on recovering from the Great Depression. Most Americans wanted to avoid another overseas war. Isolationism was strong. But across the world, danger was rising. Nazi Germany invaded European nations. Japan expanded through Asia. Italy waged war in Africa. While the US sent supplies to allies, it stayed officially neutral until one morning that changed everything. On December 7, 1941, Japan launched a surprise attack on Pearl Harbor, Hawaii. The assault crippled the U.S. Pacific Fleet and killed over 2,400 Americans. The next day, President Franklin D. Roosevelt declared, "This nation will defend itself to the uttermost." Congress voted almost unanimously for war against Japan. 4 days later, Germany and Italy declared war on the United States. The era of American neutrality was over. The nation was now fully involved in World War II. America mobilized faster than any nation in history. Men were drafted. Millions joined the Army, Navy, Marines, and Army Air Forces. Women transformed the workforce. Rosie the Riveter symbolized women building planes, tanks, and ammunition. Factories turned war machines. Car companies built tanks. Typewriter factories built rifles. America became the arsenal of democracy, rationing and sacrifice. Families rationed gasoline, sugar, and rubber. Victory gardens grew food. Everyone contributed. The entire nation, young and old, became part of the war effort. America fought alongside Britain, France, and the Soviet Union to defeat Hitler. North Africa. The U.S. fought its first major battles in desert campaigns, learning fast and preparing for Europe. Italy. American troops stormed beaches, climbed mountains, and battled through cities, pushing the Axis northward. D-Day, the largest invasion in history. Over 150,000 Allied troops landed in Normandy, France. The United States led massive assaults on Omaha and Utah beaches. It was dangerous, brutal, and costly, but it opened the gateway to liberate Western Europe. March to Germany. U.S. forces liberated France, Belgium, Luxembourg, and the Netherlands. They crossed the Rhine River and advanced into Germany itself. Hitler's final gamble, the Battle of the Bulge, was defeated by U.S. troops in winter conditions. By May 1945, Nazi Germany surrendered. The war in Europe was over. While fighting in Europe, the U.S. also waged a brutal war against Japan in the Pacific. Midway, a decisive naval battle. American codebreakers predicted Japan's moves and sank for aircraft carriers. This turned the tide of the entire Pacific War. Island hopping strategy. The U.S. captured key islands. Not all of them, only the strategic ones: Guadalcanal, Tarawa, Saipan, Iwo Jima, Okinawa. These battles were intense, close range, and devastating. The goal: get close enough to Japan to force surrender. Myth number 1. America won World War II alone. Fact: the U.S. played a major role, but victory was shared with Britain, the Soviet Union, China, and many other allies. Myth number 2. Pearl Harbor was the only reason America entered the war. Fact: rising threats in Europe and Asia made U.S. involvement likely. Pearl Harbor was the spark. Myth number 3. The war ended instantly after Germany surrendered. Fact: the Pacific War continued for months, with fierce fighting. By 1945, Japan refused to surrender despite heavy losses. The United States made a controversial and world-changing decision: use atomic bombs. On August 6, 1945, Hiroshima was struck. On August 9, Nagasaki was hit. The destruction was unimaginable. Hundreds of thousands died. On August 15, 1945, Japan surrendered. World War II was officially over. U.S. involvement in World War II teaches us neutral nations can be forced into global conflict. Democracy requires defense and sacrifice. united national effort can overcome enormous challenges. War reshapes economies, societies, and world power. Peace must be protected through unity and awareness. From 1941 to 1945, the United States fought across 2 oceans, liberated nations, and helped end the deadliest war in history. The legacy of this conflict still shapes our world today. Thank you for watching. Join us again as we break down more major events that transformed history.